When thugs cry, now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my tongue to keep. If I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. God is God. When thugs cry, times is hard. Born thuggin' and loving the way I came up, big money clutching. Mr. Wally Vaden, yeah, with my both Russian. Somehow clutching into insanity.
They know they've been abandoned, so it's not just those people's problem. It's everybody's problem, and it used to be, I am my brother and my sister's keeper.
Pushing for justice for Mike Brown, holding police officers accountable will not impact crime in our neighborhood that we do to each other. But I bet you this, as we begin to stop killing each other, others will stop killing us.
Yes.
See, us holding them accountable did not change the killing in our neighborhoods. But us living harmoniously with each other, they will stop. They will treat us no better than we treat each other. And we gotta understand that. And we can no longer be afraid to say that. We must begin to treat each other better. Marvin Gaye said something. Marvin Gaye said that you will never find peace outside of yourself until you find peace within yourself.
Let's address the greatest challenge facing our generation today, the We Must Stop Killing Each Other movement. Yard signs and t-shirts of all sizes are available. Stop by the Better Family Lives Cultural Center any Monday through Friday 9 to 5 and get yours today. Call 314-381-8200 for more information. They are looking forward to hearing from you.
We walk into this spring and summer without a plan that includes outreach, then we are setting ourselves up for a very, very trying summer. And if not, then we need to order more body bags.
Have some hope. I'm working with a young man right now. He just came to our open enrollment on Wednesday, and he's extended family. He's the brother by another mother to my new nephew-in-law. So for me, this is fam. He said, I don't know about Aunt Kay. I said, you family now. Just come on up here. I wanted him to talk to Mr. Clark, but he didn't. He had to get back to his halfway house, so he didn't have time to talk to him on Wednesday. And this young man has just a deer in the headlight look. He doesn't know what to do. He wants to do right. He wants to get started again. But understand, he's 34 years old. He just spent the last 10 years in prison. He went to jail at 24. He sold drugs from 17 to 24. He's only had 2 jobs at 17. So he was flipping burgers when he was 17. But from 18 on, he was flipping something else. That's all he knows. So now he's out here in a whole new world that he doesn't know nothing about. And he is scared to death. So the possibility and the likelihood of him going back to what he knew before
It's great.
is great. So, so we got to keep up with them and let them know, and I have a lot of family who are part of the talented 10th. I was born to that generation, where we do this and we do that. And I think a lot of what happened was people decided, well, we'll do what we can with who we can help. So how has that worked?
Individually.
Yeah, how does that work? We have a lot of people, a lot of educated people in this town. We have a lot of people with positions in this town. Somebody told me one time, well, we just need more educated people. I said, you know how many educated black people we have in this town? We have a lot of educated black people. We have a lot of people with power. We have a lot of people with positions. Things aren't getting any better, so that can't be the only answer. Lifting a certain group of people up higher is not the only answer so long as you're leaving the rest of the community behind. So,
My mother is that way.
you can't.
This is not because I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
She'll be like,
We free fall.
we'll be talking about black culture, and I'll say this is going on, and she's like, well, that's not black culture. Our family held us to certain things, and we do this and we do that, and we act like this, and we're not those people. And I was just like, ooh.
So what are you going to do with those people when you're driving through the neighborhood from your church You still going back, you're going downtown, those people are gonna shoot your loved ones because they're hopeless, because they know they've been abandoned. So it's not just those people's problem, it's everybody's problem, and it used to be, I am my brother and my sister's keeper.
When the glory comes, it will be ours.
It didn't matter. My father was a professional person, but he still lived in the city.
Right.
He didn't leave the old neighborhood until they transferred him out of state. You know, yeah, he lived on a private street, but he was still right across the street from Sodan. You know, he was still in the neighborhood. People still knew him. They still knew our leaders' faces. They knew who they were. My alderman when I was coming up was Curtis Crawford. Everybody called him Rat Crawford. He came through the neighborhood. He would come in and meet with my grandmother. Not because she had a great, illustrious title or job and all like that. It was just that he knew she was one of the gatekeepers in her church. So if I want to check in with people down on Aldine, I better go check in with Mrs. Jones and other Miss Jones across the street and Miss Ball and Miss Tower, because those ladies were the gatekeepers. They knew everybody's kids. They knew everybody's situation. You know, we were an all-female household. My mother was divorced. We didn't have to worry in the winter if it snowed too much and mom needed to get out to work. Our car would get cleaned off because the man who lived next door would either do it before he went to work, or the lady down the street would send her sons down. You know Miss Hatch down there by herself. You know Miss Jones down there with her granddaughters and they're by themselves. Go in there and they would just do it. And we pay them what we could, when we could, if we could. But it was just a thing of, we were a neighborhood. That's why I like this word. We were a neighborhood. If you saw the dog catchers going after somebody else's dog, you opened up your gate and you let that dog in your yard. And they get, do you know that dog? That's my dog. It was just the little small things of, and then you go tell your grandmother, she called her, y'all need to come get your dog. Because the dog catcher was getting ready to get him. We got him in the backyard, but you need to come get, it was, you looked out for each other.
Every man, woman, and child. Even Jesus got his crown in front of a crowd. They march with the torch, we gon' run with it now. Never look back, we done gone hundreds of miles. From dark roads, heroes, to become a hero. Facing the League of Justice, his power was the people. Enemy is lethal, a king became regal. Saw the face of Jim Crow under a bald ego. The biggest weapon is to stay peaceful. We sing, our music is the cuts that we bleed through. Somewhere in the dream we had an epiphany. Now we right the wrongs in history. No one can win a war individually. It take the wisdom of the elders and young people's energy.
Stop killing each other.
Victory, the coming of the Lord. My eyes have seen the glory. One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours. It will be ours. Oh, one day, when the war is won, we will be sure. We will be sure. Oh,
actual flyers that say put down the pistol, but on the back, nobody's going to put down the pistol if they don't have anything else to do. So on the back, we have resources, whether it's warrant help, mental health, job training, CPN, LPN training, child support help, mentoring services, family help. So this is what we give when we're also putting out this message. Because, a message can only do so much. You have to give them resources in order to channel them away from killing each other. So thank you for documenting.